Okay, I wanted to say something else about the starter. Make sure that if you have to choose between using starter that's just been fed or using starter that's hungry, use the hungry starter. You don't want to use starter that you've fed, because when you feed it, then it's eating, right? Like the yeast is going to be infesting your flour and water. So it's not gonna, if you feed it and it's not fully like bubbled, if it hasn't, spent up the carbohydrates that are in there, and protein, whatever, it's going to take longer, and because it's not fully ready. Because basically, when you make your bread, that's also kind of feeding it. So you're putting starter into your bowl of bread, and it's then going to eat. We'll use that word, right? It's not exactly eating, but it's going to eat what's in there. And so you want it to have the best chance to be as fast as possible. So if it comes between, I haven't fed my starter and I want to feed my starter, but I know I want to bake tonight or today at whatever time, or I have a hungry starter and I'm unsure if I can use it. I've used starter from the fridge that's 2 or 3 weeks old. I try not to use it if it has hooch on top of it. Whenever it gets really hungry, you'll notice like a separate layer of liquid on top. It has more lactic acid in it and it's more acidic. It's not great to use then, but even still, you can. If it has hooch, I usually pour the hooch off, feed it, and then wait till it eats, right? Sorry, I forgot all the things I was going to say. So you don't want to use hungry starter. You don't want to use full starter. You don't want to use just fed starter. You want to use active bubbly starter, or I don't even do it whenever it's like finally doubles. You know how like you'll read, wait till it doubles? Like, I wait till it starts falling because I want to make sure that it's ready to go in my bread and then burn through that in fermentation. So hungry starter's fine. Oh, I was going to tell you about, like, I don't really discard very often unless I fed and then let it sit in the fridge and let it sit there for several weeks and it gets hooch on top of it. And then, if you keep it out on the counter, it's going to get hooch faster. If you like that, it just burns through faster because it's at room temperature, right? But the only time I really discard it is if I have more because I haven't baked and I need to feed again. Because I just keep the jar drippings, right? So it cuts down on waste. So I'm just keeping the drippings of the jar, and that way, whenever I go feed, I don't have to really discard anything. So that's all.